everyone. It's great to be with you on a Saturday. You know what Saturday means, don't you? Saturday means that we are starting a brand new master topic. So, welcome to all my favorite friends, colleagues, and associates that always join us. And welcome to those that are joining us for the very first time here on the Inspirations for Your Life show. And the granular topic for the week is the power to change a life is already in your hands. We're on Series 4, Show 29, Episode number 1. Hey guys, before we get started, feel free to get yourself something so you'll be comfortable. Like I have my RO water. You can get yourself a snack. Could be some fruit. Could be something tart, sweet, or not. It's up to you. Nuts. Got my drink here. And get back and get comfortable. Also, if you have not checked out BelieveMeAchieve.com, what are you waiting for? Check that out right after the show is over. It's available 24 hours a day, and it has all kinds of amazing content that really will, change and empower your life. All right, guys, let's get this show started. So welcome back to another heartwarming centered episode of the Inspirations for Your Life podcast. I am your host, podcast coach, entrepreneur, video producer, engineer, graduate student. Yes, you guys know me as a serial entrepreneur, and I'm John C. Morley. It is a privilege and pleasure to be with you once again here on the Inspirations for Your Life show. In tonight's transformative conversation, we're diving into a theme that's both timeless and urgently relevant: the ripple effect. We've talked about it briefly, but we haven't gotten that deep. The ripple effect of small kindness. In a world that often feels rushed and impersonal, kindness becomes a revolutionary act. But it's not just about grand gestures. Sometimes it's the tiniest moment of connection that creates the loudest echo in someone's life. It could be a smile, it could be holding the door, it could be a compliment. So get ready, everyone. We're going to be bold here to explore how every action, no matter how small, can generate waves of goodness, hope, and change. You ready? Let's get started. All right, guys. So a smile can lift a stranger's whole day. Oh, incidentally, we got a brand new light. I haven't had a chance to get that installed yet. We're going to be doing an unboxing on that in the other show probably later this week. And the reason is that it will actually get rid of some of this glare that sometimes happens. I have to tip the light up. Really happy to have that. And actually, it's basically a brother of the bigger studio light that I use when I do, the different reels. So a smile can lift a stranger's whole day up. Never underestimate the power of the genuine smile. It's a silent but a powerful message that says, hey, I see you. You matter. Whether you're walking into a cafe, passing someone on the street, or simply acknowledging the cashier, a smile has the potential to brighten someone's world and change their entire day. So why not try it? That one flash of warmth could be the only kindness they encounter all day, which is sad. And sometimes that's enough to shift their mood or give them hope, which is really great. Smiles are free, but their impact is priceless. So why don't we start giving out smiles? They're free, and you'll actually feel good by doing it. Number 2, guys, kind words echo longer than we realize. Words are powerful tools, capable of healing or harming. A simple compliment, a heartfelt thank you, or a few words of encouragement can stay with someone, for years. Think about a time someone said something uplifting that you still remember today. Now imagine being that person for someone else. Speaking with kindness isn't just good manners, it's a gift that keeps giving long after the moment has passed. All right, so let's get right in here. So number 3, guys, is one helpful act inspires another, like almost a chain reaction. So kindness is contagious. When you help someone carry groceries or hold the door, you're not just solving a momentary need. You're modeling, generosity. I think that's important. That person is now more likely to help someone else that day. It's a chain reaction of compassion, and you never know how far it might go. One small act can travel across cities, communities, and even generations. But being the spark that starts the ripple is really amazing. So why not choose to do that? Number four, guys, kindness lowers stress for both the giver and the receiver. Did you guys know that? Kindness lowers stress for the giver and the receiver. So I think that's a very important thing to realize and to, I'm going to say, acknowledge, because it can really make a difference. All right, science has backed this, and acts of kindness release serotonin. We've talked about this before. They reduce cortisol and boost oxytocin, the quote unquote feel good hormone. When you help someone, your brain literally rewards you. But the real beauty is the person receiving your kindness experiences those same calming effects too as you do. In a high stress, anxiety filled world, kindness is a natural antidote. All right. And it soothes the mind and fosters genuine human connection. That's what's important. Number five, it spreads and people pass it on naturally. One person buying coffee for the next in line often turns into a chain of 10 or more. Why? Because kindness feels good, and we naturally want others to feel that way too. When people witness kindness, it triggers a psychological urge to replicate that behavior. It's human empathy in motion. So the next time you're kind to someone, know you've likely just started a quiet revolution, and be grateful for that. Number six, you know who really needed that gesture, right? You know who really needed that gesture. Someone may be silently struggling through grief, anxiety, or loneliness. That small gesture you consider routine, holding a door, offering your seat, or simply checking in could be life changing for them. Kindness often reaches people in their invisible battles. Your seemingly small action might be their only light in a dark day. That's the sacred power of compassion. We don't always see its full impact, but it matters very deeply, not just to us, but to the person that we're helping. Number seven, kindness builds trust in communities. And I think this is something that a lot of people don't realize, and they underestimate the power of this because it is so, well, it's so grand. Um, and so consistent kindness fosters a sense of safety, reliability, and mutual care. When neighbors greet each other, help shovel snow, or check on the elderly, it transforms an area from just a neighborhood into a community. And these small social investments add up to stronger bonds, reduced isolation, and increased well being. In a kind community, people feel seen, valued, and also empowered. Number eight, small moments often leave the biggest impact. It's not always the grand gestures that stick with us, it's the small, unexpected ones. A stranger returning a lost wallet, someone paying your expired parking meter, or a friend showing up just when you needed them. These micro moments carry immense emotional weight. They prove that love and care exist in the corners of everyday life, and that you can be the source of that meaning, that truth, your intention. Number nine, a little help can prevent someone from giving up. Sometimes a person is just one kind word away from deciding not to give up. Whether it's a student overwhelmed by pressure, a parent exhausted from caregiving, or a friend who feels like no one notices them, your small act of kindness could be the thing that convinces them to keep going. We may never know the full extent of the lives we touch, but one thing is for sure, kindness has the potential to save someone silently. Number 10, children model kindness they witness. Kids don't learn kindness from lectures or books. They absorb it from what they see, what they experience. When you're kind to others, children around you internalize that as normal behavior. They grow into compassionate adults who perpetuate those values. And so every time you show empathy in front of a young one, you're planting the seeds for kinder futures, one gentle moment at a time. Number 11, guys. Encouragement fuels confidence. Believing in someone when they don't yet believe in themselves is one of the most generous forms of kindness. A mentor saying, "You've got this," or a friend reminding you of your worth can ignite self belief in profound ways. Encouragement is not just emotional support, it's rocket fuel for someone's dreams. A kind word today can become the foundation of someone's success tomorrow. I think that's a very important thing. Number 12, kindness can pivot or shift someone's entire outlook on life. That's right. When someone experiences repeated moments of care, especially during difficult times, it can completely reshape their worldview, and they may move from distrust to openness, from hopelessness to optimism. Kindness doesn't just improve someone's day, it can truly transform their whole story. And that kind of change doesn't require superpowers, it just requires you to have an honest, pure heart with awareness and a willing desire to act. And I think sometimes we all get caught up in this boat where, how is it going to help me? Let's stop worrying about how it's going to help me and let's do some good for the world. So here's the part of the show I really love. I love the whole show, but I love this part especially. I'm going to give you a personal lesson or story for each point tonight. And I'm hoping that it will solidify what we've talked about and will get you to want to take some action. Now, I know you're probably saying, John, I do enough. Well, the thing is this: when you start to be that conduit, when you start to be that light of kindness, do you know what happens? Other people will reward you in kind. Now, when I'm kind to people, I don't do it because I'm looking to get something. I do it because I generally enjoy, well, making people feel good, treating people the right manner. I know what it was like when I was younger and people didn't, let's say, treat me in the best ways, right? But I'm not here to complain about that. I'm here to make the world a better place today. So a smile can lift a stranger's whole day. I remember once walking through a busy airport after a long, stressful week of back-to-back meetings. As I passed the janitor, I offered a warm smile. He looked surprised and then lit up with a huge grin in return. A few minutes later, I saw him smiling and greeting others with a spring in his step. That smile, very simple, which it was for me to elicit, create a spark that seemed to spread. You know what else I do? When I get off the plane at United, and there's the people on the plane, cleaning up the plane, I acknowledge them. Have a great day. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day, ladies. And when I get to the pilot and the steward staff, have a great day. Thank you for a great flight, an amazing flight. And even the people I'm getting off the jetway, hey, thank you so much. Have a great day. Oh, you too. And you know what? Each and every one of those people always says, you too. Thank you, and you too. See, that moment taught me that even when we feel drained, choosing kindness can refill someone else's emotional tank. And in doing so, it often fills our own tank. Smiles are more than expressions, guys. They're signals of humanity and true connection. Number 2, kind words. Kind words echo longer than we ever realize. Years later, I was speaking at a local business meetup. After my talk, a young entrepreneur approached me and said, "Your words gave me hope when I was about to quit." I didn't even remember what I had said specifically, but it had clearly stuck with him. Kindness through words doesn't require poetic speeches, just sincerity. We may forget what we say, but those we speak to might carry our words with them for a lifetime. And he was at a conference of mine about a year before, And he was on the fence about giving up school, giving up college. And after hearing whatever I said that night or that day, he decided to stick with it. And he said he was so glad that he did, and he owed it all to me. And I was like, I'm very grateful. Thank you for coming. I'm glad that I was able to, inspire you. One helpful act inspires another, like this chain reaction. I once saw someone struggling to get their grocery cart through the snow. I helped push it to their car. They smiled and said, I'll help someone else today because of you. That moment rippled in me and made me just feel so electric. Helping others isn't about recognition, guys. It's about showing what's possible. When someone receives help, they feel inspired to pay it forward. And that's how kindness becomes culture. Kindness lowers stress for both the giver and the receiver. During a chaotic deadline week, I paused to bring coffee to a colleague who was visibly overwhelmed. His whole demeanor had changed. His shoulders relaxed and smile returned just from a little cup of coffee. Interesting enough, I noticed my stress melt away too. Giving kindness truly is a two-way therapy session. It centers you, it grounds you, and it reminds you what matters most. You see, it spreads, and people pass it on naturally, like magic. I once paid for the coffee of the person behind me in line. Later that day, someone held the door for me and said, pay it forward. And it came full circle in just hours. Karma really does exist. When people witness or receive kindness, it activates a desire to replicate it, like a smile or yawn. Kindness is catchy, it's contagious. So let your kindness be seen. You never know who really needed that gesture. A friend once told me that a small note I had left for them saying, I believe in you, had stopped them from quitting their job during a tough time. You really rarely know someone's internal battle or the challenges they're going through with themselves or their family or their friends. Small gestures in kind are often the exact medicine someone didn't know that they actually needed. Be generous with your compassion, and you're going to be very amazed with the results. Kindness builds trust in communities. During a storm, neighbors helped us clear branches from our driveway. We didn't speak often before, but after that shared kindness, we became friends. Kindness is how neighborhoods evolve into communities. Trust and safety grows in the soil of small daily gestures, and over time, those roots deepen. Small moments often leave the biggest impact. A child once handed me basically a flower from their garden and said, for you. And that memory has stayed with me for years. It cost them nothing, but it meant everything to them. And I was very grateful. So when somebody gives you a gift, regardless of whether it's the gift you want or not, the fact that they took that step to do it, we should be really kind and grateful that they did do that, because the act is really what's important, not the gift. Life isn't made of epic moments, okay? It's shaped by the tiny ones that reveal love and care. Never underestimate a seemingly small act. It may just echo forever in your life and maybe someone else's. A little help can prevent someone from giving up, as I mentioned. In college, I was close to having a challenge with a course. A professor had pulled me aside, offered me encouragement, and even gave me some extra help. That course was won because of some of the challenges I was going through in school. I might have failed it. But because he took me aside and he offered me some encouragement that you know the work, and he offered me some extra help, that saved my GPA, my motivation, and it kept me on track to becoming an engineer. Sometimes the smallest boost can keep someone afloat. You don't need to rescue them. You just need to remind them they're not alone. Children model kindness, they witness. My relative once gave her classmate a sticker after seeing me thank a cashier kindly. Her teacher later told us, that it helped calm a tense moment in class. And I remember in class when, that was a big deal. I don't know if you guys remember this. I went to parochial school, both in grammar school and also in high school. So my grammar school, first I went to pre-K, and then K through 8 was my grammar school. And then grades 1, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior was my high school. Then I went to my first college. Now I'm in my second college. So that's a very interesting thing. So we got stickers. Anytime you got, I think it was a B or higher, you got a sticker. And so whenever you got this grade, you got to go to the teacher and you got to ask. He's like, "Oh, can I get a sticker?" And so I remember I think it was in our math class, and the teacher's like, anybody gets a B or higher, you get a sticker. And anybody that gets a B or higher, I've got these beautiful smelling stickers. And it was pretty neat. So you could have all different kinds of stickers, but they could be letter stickers. They were smeared into Smurfs back then. And when you brought the test home and it had a sticker on it, you're really proud of it. And that was kind of like a little mini celebration. So kids absorb kindness like sponges. So do adults. When we model it with integrity and a frequency, we raise a generation more likely to lead with love. And so when we tune into that frequency, I've talked about this before, when we tune into that frequency, it already exists. It just is allowed to play out in our lives and others. Encouragement fuels confidence, guys. A mentor once said to me, "John, you were born for this." Right before my first keynote, I was fluttering. That sentence still fuels me today. You were born for this. COVID had been challenging for a while, but recently I got back onto the horse again, and actually got my first speaking thing after COVID. So I was really happy about that. And I looked at my they basically call it your honorarium fees. And I wasn't sure what I should charge, but I had this gut inside me of what I should charge now. And strangely enough, I was within their budget. So we're still waiting for some final details. But that belief is what got me to take that step. And so when I heard, "John, you were born for this," that just made every cell in my body light up. When someone believes in you, hey, believemeachieve.com, no pun intended there. One word of belief can light the fuse to a lifetime of potential. When somebody doesn't believe in you, it shuts you down. Remember I've said to you before, if somebody says something and you like it and you agree with it and you associate with it, it's going to make you feel good. If someone says something bad to you, just disassociate with it and it won't have an impact on you. It takes a little practice to do that. So kindness, ladies and gentlemen, can shift someone's entire look on life. I met a man who was deeply cynical due to a past betrayal. After some consistent, simple kindness, greeting, sharing some meals, listening, his walls slowly came down. See, kindness can rebuild someone's broken view of the world. It doesn't happen overnight, but every kind act helps them see light where there was once only darkness. You can tune into the show all the time here live, or you can go to believemeachieve.com to watch and listen to Inspirations for Your Life, Jay Moore Tech Talk Show, and many of my other short form and long form content pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you right now personally to become the reason someone believes in good, in possibilities. You see, our mind, without to get into this because we're almost wrapping up, our mind looks for what we tell it. If we tell it things aren't good, it looks for things that are going to make it not good. If we tell it things are good, it's going to try to find things that are going to, let's say, agree with that premise. I want to end on a very important story. So many of you guys know I run different groups with events, and I run this group in New Jersey that I've been running for now over a year. And we were doing this hike today, and I have to tell you, I was saying this whole thing about being accepted and just talking, and it was just nice. There was only a few of us there, but it was nice being with this group and being thanked for not only organizing this hike and providing some goodie bag things and some water and whatnot, but just genuine kindness. And we talked about how other people were not kind to us. Like, that's terrible. And I think we immediately made, well, let's say a pretty good bond. That we all respected each other and that we all just wanted to come together to help each other. That left me so speechless. And this kicked in about, the hike started about 11:30 and it ended about 3:15, 3:30. This kicked in around maybe 1:30, 2 hours into the hike. And I started realizing that we've got to be more. We got to be kind to people. I think that's important. And when we talk about this whole thing about the power to change a life, guys, it's already in your hands. You can make that difference. And when you make that difference for someone else, you know what happens? It boomerangs back and makes the difference for you. I don't know about you, but I think that's like the bee's knees. I love putting out great content. I love educating people. And I have to admit, I love it when people tell me that they enjoy my content. That makes me feel really good. I know I'm doing a great job with my content, but it's just when I get to hear it from people, it makes me feel so good inside. Letting me know that I was the reason for their change, or I was the reason for their positive change. That's powerful, guys. Really powerful. And as I said to you before, kindness can rebuild someone's broken view of the world. It doesn't happen overnight, but every kind act helps them and us see light where there was once only darkness. So our belief, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know this, it shapes our reality. It shapes our reality. Whatever we think, we become. Now, not in 25 minutes or so, but we do. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening, and I'll catch you real soon and a great week.